It's week 6. We are closing in on the halfway point in the course. You should be beginning for sure drafting essay 2. I have posted this week sort of my own really rough initial outline. I decided that I was going to write my paper. I always write a paper along with you. Whenever I assign an essay, I feel like it's only fair that I should write the essay myself. So I decided that I was going to write the essay on the clip of the Indian film Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham that we did for the discussion forum last week. You can take a look. I've included what needs to go in an introduction for this essay. I've also gone over the way body paragraphs should work, and I've even started writing a couple. I'm going to be continuing to work on my draft this week, and I will actually be posting a pretty complete rough draft of my essay next week. Now, next week, you're going to be posting kind of interview if you did an interview as part of your experience, but your experience notes along with your own drafts of thesis statements to a discussion board. And unlike some of the other discussion boards where I've read what you've written but I haven't necessarily commented, on next week's discussion board I'm going to be looking through those pretty carefully and commenting when and if, or trying to anyway, comment when and if I see problems with the thesis statements. As I will emphasize probably again, the thesis statement is really make or break for this paper. If you've got a good thesis statement and you use it as a guide for your essay, you're going to come out with a good grade on the essay. If you have problems with your thesis statement, you're going to have problems with the whole essay. So a good thesis statement is really important. This week's quiz is a little bit different. It's not on our readings because our readings are sort of continued from last week. It's going to be on the most common grammar errors that I'm seeing as I'm grading your essays. Now, I don't have all of your essays finished yet as I record this on Friday afternoon. I finished all of the essays for folks who turned in their papers on Thursday, and there were a lot of you. Good for you. So I'm moving on to the Friday essay submissions. My goal is to have them done by next week. No one should have to wait longer than 2 weeks from the time they submitted their essay to get feedback. One of the things that I suggest is that you read my feedback carefully. If you've already received a grade on your essay, it means that you have feedback from me. The way that you read my feedback is that you go to the link, the Essay 1 link again, and next to your grade there's going to be a little blue pencil. If you check on the pencil, all my feedback comes up. Please go over it really carefully because in Essay 2, one of the things that I'm going to hold you accountable for is addressing the things I told you to work on in Essay 1. So read through that carefully. I also, in most cases, recommended a DLA that I thought might be helpful for you. And then there's also a really great DLA called Utilizing Instructor Feedback. And once you have my feedback, you can do that DLA. So if you don't get my feedback in time to do the DLA for this deadline, and remember the Cal Success Center deadline is coming up this week on Friday, the 23rd, you can certainly do it for the next one. Okay. You're going to be writing a brief evaluation this week of one of the essays in Chapter 6 as part of the reading journal. You have the quiz. You have my preliminary outline-y draft, and it's partial for sure, to look over. The other thing, and this is totally optional, that I like to do as we get close to the halfway point in the class is ask my students, especially my online students, because we don't have that exchange that there is in the classroom. I really like to ask you all how it's going in terms of your workload. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Does it feel like, oh, there's just too much? Is maybe they're not enough and you want some more every week to do? Or are things going just about right? So if you get a chance to take the survey, I make the results public so you can see kind of where everyone else is at too. It's anonymous though. And I can see where it's at so that if I need to make changes to the course, there's still plenty of time for me to do that. So if you do have the time and the inclination, I'd really appreciate it. As I say at the end of the survey, your feedback makes the course and me better. So please consider doing me a favor by taking that survey. It's really short. Okay, I think that covers everything that I want to go over for the week. Thank you for folks who email me with questions, and thank you all for the hard work that you're putting into the course. All right, I will see you out there online. Bye.